IRL F3 Championship. We're here in Sarkir at the Bahrain International Circuit for the first night race of this season, and I am not alone in the commentary box. With me there is Sondre Sorhaug, F1 driver for IRL. Welcome.
Thank you, Felix, and welcome to everyone watching. I will leave it to you for now then, Felix.
Yes, we are here at the Bahrain International Circuit. It has got 15 corners, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. Elevation changes of 15.2 meters, so not too much. It's a great track for racing most of the time, as we've seen many times over the last few years in real life F1, but also in the game itself, which is always great to see. We've got a full grid for this race, which is beautiful. It gives us the best potential for a solid race. F1 delivered quite a thriller yesterday with 2 safety cars, which doesn't happen all too often in real life F1 at least. And those 20 drivers will be looking forward to this race, hopefully. We've got the 2 main overtaking spots with the first corner and also turn 15, which is the penultimate corner. That little kink afterwards to the right is counted as turn 15, sorry, turn 14 I meant. And also turn 4 provides a good chance of overtaking with the DRS straight before it, obviously. Try strategy, you can't really do too much. You can either do medium to hards or other way around, or you could try to drag the soft tire a bit longer. That will really need some good tire management though. Your tires will be dead towards the end of both of your stints, and I don't think that's really the quickest strategy. So we are seeing most people out on the hard compound of tires right now. Oh, we are actually not many people are also out on the soft tires, though that could mean that those people will abandon their laps just to get into the rhythm. And last race we only had 14 drivers, unfortunately, but this is looking to be a lot better today as we see the first few guys coming out on their flying lap, especially Thomas MacIver we're seeing right here coming down into turn 1. Let's go on board with him. Not too much short shifting going on. That is what you need out of turn 1 though, to get the traction down. Coming now into turn 4, he goes down into third, even second for a short time. That's a bit too low. I think that won't gain you too much time. Obviously he goes purple, he's the first one who's setting to set a lap right now, but Tyler Thomas has not left that much space to Thomas MacIver right here. He's right behind him. He is on the medium tires, so that might be a countable lap as he comes into the tricky double left-hander of turns 9 and 10. One of the trickiest corners in the whole F1 calendar. Obviously without ABS that's even more tricky. Your tires lock up so easily, especially because you have to turn all the way through the braking zone. So Sondre, what do you reckon what will happen this race as Tyler Thomas goes off the track, and that's an invalidation? What do you reckon? Do you think this will be a thriller of a race, as similar as it was yesterday in F1?
Oh, it's a good question there, Felix, and it's difficult to say. I did not see the first F3 race of the season, so I'm not really sure how close it will be, but I know for a fact that we will see safety cars.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will see some safety cars as the first laps are being set. What do you reckon? What could the pole time be, as we already see someone out? And I'm not sure who that is. That is Adam Corrigan. He's crashed out of turn 7, I think. Sadly, we didn't catch that on stream, but that happens very easily when you go out on the curb of turn 7 a bit too much, and then it just unsettles the car too much and you spin right into the wall, and it's very difficult to catch the car. So he will be starting from the back of the race. That's obviously not what you want to see. But with overtaking opportunities given, pole position might not be the deciding factor here, especially what you mentioned. We probably will see a few safety cars here, and that means that it could throw things wide open when a safety car comes out around lap 10 to 15. Obviously some tyre strategies could be ruined, or some chances could be created for a lot more good racing. As we right now, I've got Billy Mossam in P1 on his medium tyres. He's done a 29.1, and we see a Red Bull off the track into turn 1. Don't know if that's on purpose. Looks to be it was on purpose. So Sondre, who is your guess for pole position on this track after 6 minutes of qualifying are already completed? We've got some first runs already done. What do you reckon? Who's going to be starting from the first row?
From the first row, it's a difficult question to answer. Obviously, there is a risk of somebody snatching pole on the soft tires. So, but assuming nobody's going to go on the soft tires, I'm going to go with Tim Bruce Daly on pole ahead of Callum Anderson in second.
That's a pretty good guess, actually, I'd say. But we will have to wait and see for the moment, as we see the Red Bull here of John Johnson coming around. Not exactly the penultimate corner. I don't think he is on a flying lap. I think that's his in lap right now, so we will see if someone else is on their lap. Ivan Brito is not on his lap either. That could be a lap from James right here, coming into the final chicane. James Sands down into 4th gear. You might want to shift down to 3rd even. Only in high ERS mode. Comes across the line and goes 5th fastest so far with a 129.9. There's a Toro Rosso right behind him, who is about to start his lap, I think. That should be Shane, shouldn't it?
I believe you're correct there, Felix.
That is Shane. See, goes into turn 4, clips the apex really nicely. Oh, and we have a yellow flag in sector 1. I wonder where that is. Yeah, that's an Alfa Romeo, but I don't think he really spun or anything. So we are going to stay on board for the moment with Shane right now. Tyler Thomas, hopefully he will not get in the way. No, he stays off the track. That's very kind of him. And he goes down to 2nd gear. No lockup. I think he might be running ABS as well. Yes, he comes through the second on the second safety car, DRS straight, sorry. And that doesn't seem like a too bad lap, as he loses the back end and smashes into the wall. The commentator's curse. Ah, that needed to happen.
It is real.
It definitely is real, as we saw right there. I think Tyler Thomas is about to start his lap as he goes up into hot lap mode, but now goes down again. Now he's up. I think it's just a bit glitched, but he comes into the pits, so we won't see a lap from him. As currently, with 9 minutes to go, Billy Mossam is on pole on a set of soft tyres. I would be very surprised if he actually stayed on pole, especially with this tyre, because like I said, I don't think that's the quickest strategy. We see the two Alphas right now might be giving each other a bit of slipstream right here, as that is Thomas McIver starting his 2nd run. Yes, he gives his teammate a bit of a slipstream coming down into turn 1, but Callum Anderson slightly outbrakes himself. He's on his hard set of tyres. Goes on into 2nd gear, a bit slow through here, but that's fine. The exit is very tricky through here. He goes purple through the first sector. That's very good for him. That's a very tricky right-hander here, the hairpin of turn 8, that should be. Not pretty sure. Yes, that should be turn 8. Now Turns 9 and 10, like I said, very tricky. On the exit, it goes a bit over on the curb on the right hand side. And his lap seems to be quite good. I hope the commentator's curse doesn't strike again. This time he doesn't lose it and it loses it through this corner. Oh, he goes 5 tenths up. And he goes purple in the middle sector again, so we might see a new provisional pole lap here. As he comes through the final corner. Up to 4th gear, run up to the line. Completely on the throttle. He goes 2nd fastest. With an 8 tenths improvement over his time, but that's a very solid time, 29.2 on hards. So I expect him to go out on mediums again at some point.
Ooh, Tom Spicer putting up a good time too.
Yes.
Medium tires though.
And we've got another Red Bull of John Johnson here in P4 at the moment. He's about to start his 2nd flying lap, it seems like. He already set a time on mediums. Now he is he is out on mediums again. Yes, he is, as the camera doesn't want to switch. Now it does. Looked a bit loose on the rear there, didn't it? That won't have gained him some time. Oh, and Spicer has left the session. That is not good. That is obviously not what you want to see. Drivers lagging out of the session.
Hopefully he'll be able to get in within the next few minutes. It's still 6 minutes left of quali, so...
Oh, and the 2nd driver lagging out. That is not a good sign.
And the 3rd.
I'm not...
Is us lagging out?
I'm pretty sure it isn't. The stream is still up. So it should be fine from our point of view. If
Whole far thing going over the line to take 4th on the grid on the hards with 1:29.4.
Yeah, that is a really good time as well. And we've got yellow flags in the 1st sector. That is just a Mercedes making space. Yeah, Ivan is back. That is good to see. As got the Red Bull coming up to the line now. He only goes 4th fastest on his medium compound. He is behind Callum Anderson, who is still yet to set his time on the medium compound. And yes, that is really good. Drivers joining back. Don't know if there was a mistake with the lobby or anything, but it seems like it's done now. And Tyler Thomas goes fastest on a set of softs. Sondre, do you reckon that could be maybe a good strategy? I said earlier I don't think it is.
Unless it's a safety car on lap 1, so you can do, well, pretty much what you did yesterday. Go on to mediums to go on to another set of mediums at the end, then I don't think it's going to be that good, but you never know though.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting, but it's very risky to rely on a safety car.
Oh, a driver who's been struck by the commentator's curse once earlier today. Shane is out on a lap on his mediums, Felix.
Shane is currently still in last place as I'm trying to find him right now. There he is, coming down into turns 9 and 10. At the moment, he goes a bit wide. As soon as we go on board with him, it always goes wrong for the drivers, doesn't it? Yeah, I should not compliment the drivers all too much on anything they do. Otherwise, yep, exactly that happens. He goes slightly off the track. That cost him definitely some time.
Well, let's see. It says a purple 2nd sector. I don't know if that's correct, as we can see that Spicer is also back in the lobby now. So
that is good.
Weird. 3 people lagging out, but fortunately all 3 of them has managed to get back in, and they should be able to get one more lap in, all of them too. As Shane passes the line to go 2nd with a 1:29 flat.
That is not too bad. Only 4 tenths off pole, and that time has been set on soft tires, as we all know. Great camera.
Let's see.
Who is still out on his lap?
Jack should be the only driver on the lap right now.
Yes, I am riding on board with him right now as he comes around the final few corners. The penultimate braking zone.
A little unsteady through that fast right-hander.
Yeah, a bit loose. He's on a set of softs as well. I'm really surprised by how many people are out on the soft compound, because right now I still don't think that will be the strategy to go here for this race if everything goes as normal.
130 flat, which puts him in 12th.
Yeah, he didn't improve on his lap, I think. We've got yellow flags. And I think that happened to Adam Corrigan, I think. When you go out a bit too wide on that outside curb, it will unsettle the car so badly and it will throw you off the track. And it's very difficult then to keep the car out of the wall. As James has...
small S section, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from my experience, if you go out on that, you're gonna actually have to go wider than you want on it, because then the car will actually be fine. But if you go like on it where it unsettles, you're just done for it then.
Exactly. And as we have the next few drivers out on the track right now, setting the final runs.
Going over the line right now to go
third fastest. Won't be able to set another lap, and Ivan Brito goes fourth fastest, right behind his teammate. That is not looking all too bad for the two Renault drivers.
And will Callum make it?
I don't think he will, to be honest. 55 seconds left.
Yeah, I think
could be a bit close.
Have shot himself in the leg on this one.
Yeah, as we see the Alfa Romeo on his final run. That is Thomas McIver. Coming down here, down to third, up to sixth gear, then the flat out right-hander. Oh, looked a bit loose for a second there, but it should be fine. Gonna be interesting to see what he will be able to do.
I have been told, Felix, that we have the timing glitch, so it is more time left than we see it is.
Oh,
so
okay.
Should be making it.
James has joined back, that's really good, but here comes Thomas McIver. He goes second fastest, 1,000 ahead of Shane. That is really, really close between those two drivers.
It is. Now I can see that both the William drivers are out on their laps.
Yeah, they haven't set a proper lap so far, have they?
I'm not sure. Jeremy struggled a little last season, but he seemed to get it together at the end. But right now that lap doesn't seem the best, but we'll see what he can do now.
As Woolley hasn't set a single lap in this session. And we see the only driver inside the top 10 on softs right now is Tyler Thomas, who has got pole position at the moment. Ivan Brito retires from the session. That exit didn't look too good for Jeremy Pope right there as he comes towards the final two corners. Turn 14, and I don't know if you heard it when I said it, Sondre, but that little kink towards the right after the proper last corner actually counts as a single corner itself. Only 50 fastest as Farth goes quickest. Paul Farthing in pole position right now. Billy Mossam, meanwhile, takes P3 for the moment. That is a really good lap with the 28.1.
Baker is heading into this final corner now. Callum Anderson is right behind him too, so we're going to get these two over the line in just a matter of moments.
And he goes third fastest, a really good lap from him. What can Callum Anderson do? Let's go on board with him for the final two corners right here. Turn 14. We don't need to talk about turn 15 because I think that's a joke. But he comes around the final corner. It's only flat out now. Oh, that is a really good time. But it only is good enough for P2 on the grid. But still, that is a really good position for the start of this race. He'll have the inside line coming into turn 1. And, oh, that's so close. It's 100 between pole and P2. So, yeah, there you have it. this is your qualifying result. It's going to be interesting to see what Luke Baker and Tyler Thomas will do in this race, as they are starting on the soft compound. But
it's extremely close, and what looked like such a good position for Tyler Thomas has now turned into a horrible decision.
yeah, he needs to get past positions 1 and 2 as quickly as he can. Otherwise, he will just burn out his tyres even quicker than what they are doing it already when you're in clean air. But it's going to be very, very difficult for him in this race. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now we're here for the race. We're just waiting on the drivers to ready up for the formation lap, and then after that we are good to go for the second round of this IRL F3 Championship. And yeah, I think we've got a very, very interesting race up on our hands. Different strategies. I'm really curious on what tyres those guys outside the top 10 will start on. Because obviously you could try the hard strategy, but if you start on the hards and the safety car comes out, obviously you can do mediums then. But I'm pretty sure that's also gonna burn out your tyres towards the end of your stints. But we'll have to wait and see, as we are currently...
We'll have all 20 cars in the grid. I just saw Enzo joining. I'm just trying to find his car now to make sure that it's actually here. And it is not.
Which car were you talking about? Sorry.
Enzo. If you don't remember, Felix, that's Sir Hammers.
Okay.
I could just see you trying to figure out which one that was.
Yeah, being stuck on the grid as he made, as he either didn't start or something. But yeah, Sondre. So let's go ahead and make some predictions for this race. Who do you reckon? Who's gonna take that top step off the podium at the end of the race?
I will say that Paul did look good in quality, taking that pole position, but I think we're going to see Callum Anderson taking his second win in a row, actually.
Yeah, I gotta say I pretty much agree with you. Callum Anderson usually pretty consistent, more or less at least, and yeah, I think his pace generally is good enough. It was so close between the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo driver in quali. I think it could be even closer in the race then, as we have a bit of a gap between the Renault drivers. But I still think you shouldn't count out those Renaults, because I think that timing kind of ruined their quali position in the end, because they came over the line when there was still like 1.5 minutes left of the session. So obviously they couldn't set any more laps after that. I think if they would have got the timing right, it could have been a better position for both of them. But let's see, I could see Renault coming onto the podium in this race, as we are just waiting for the final drivers to join the grid. Then we are ready for lights out, as I'd like to have a good camera view, hopefully, as I've got a weird glitch. But for me, the lights in went out. Now it's lights out, and away we go. It's a really good start from Farthing in P1. Callum Anderson is already under pressure from Tyler Thomas. Callum Anderson dives down the inside into turn 1. He's made a late move. Tyler Thomas has gone off the track. They're side by side for the lead. Tyler Thomas goes side by side with Luke Baker. He's lost out another position. Callum Anderson, that was very aggressive from him. In the background, we still have the Renault of Tim going down the inside. A bit of contact made with the McLaren of Billy Mossam. They're still going side by side through here. Can they keep it clean? Billy Mossam still down the inside. They kept it clean. That was nicely done. It seems like no one spun on the opening lap so far, at least. Oh, and there's an Alfa Romeo of McIver, I think that is. Yes, it is. And the two McLarens are going side by side with each other. That is a thrilling first lap so far. But I gotta say that... Oh, and there's been a crash! I didn't see what exactly happened, but a McLaren is round. And there's a lot of... Oh, and another crash.
Oh my...
That's Pope.
What am I seeing in the background?
Oh, I don't know what caused it, but we have a VSC on lap 1. But it looked like the two McLaren might have caused it.
Might be in luck, because it doesn't look like Jeremy has wing damage, so he should, well, considering the Delta, he should actually be able to almost catch up to these guys, I think.
Yeah, James has got front wing damage, pretty sure. Don't know what about the other drivers, but can we just talk about that turn 1 from Callum Anderson? I don't think that was a planned move by him. I think he just kind of outbraked himself, as we are probably going to the end of the safety car. Probably that's why Callum Anderson is going side by side. Yes, he is. And Callum Anderson is about to take the lead, as I don't have a good camera view on that. Now, Farthing and Callum Anderson going too wide into the second corner. Callum Anderson gets out pushed wide. And Farthing retains the lead for first. Luke Baker now right upon the rear wing of Callum Anderson. Will he make the move, stick around the outside? No, he won't. And yeah, that is pretty crucial for Luke Baker and Tyler Thomas right now, because obviously we know that both of these guys are on the soft compound, so they will want to get in clean air to not burn their tires out immediately in this race, as we saw 3 people in the pits. But what a hectic start this was. But I think Callum Anderson kind of got Paul Farthing napping there at the safety car restart.
Does look like it. Does look like it. Might I add though, Luke and Tyler still in third and fourth on those soft tires. Not really in the best position right now.
Yeah, they need to get the traffic out of the way, because they are going to be quicker for the first couple of laps of this race. I'm pretty sure about that, as there is no DRS activated just yet. It should be activated on the upcoming lap. Callum Anderson has lost a bit of time to Paul Farthing as we go on board with Luke Baker, as he is in the slipstream of Callum Anderson. Can he make a move into turn 1? He thinks about it. Will he send it? No, he stays behind, comes back onto the line and gives Tyler Thomas front wing damage. That is unfortunate, and sadly I think that's Baker's fault right there. He kind of moved under braking. I know that wasn't a defensive move. He just wanted to get back onto his line, as he tried to make Callum Anderson think that he would go down the inside. But he has to think about the other drivers behind. And now Tyler Thomas is not only on the soft compound, he's also got front wing damage. I don't think he can recover from that as easily without a safety car.
It's going to be difficult, but on the other hand though, Tyler Thomas is on the soft tire, so he should be heading into the pit in a matter of 1 or 2 laps anyway. So you never know, but it's definitely hindered him a little.
Yeah. What did you see it as well, and what do you reckon whose fault was that?
But look at this though, Luke Baker on his soft tires are doing pretty well so far though. He's actually giving Callum a run for his money right now.
Yeah, and Tyler Thomas is losing a lot of time, as we can see. Shane is right upon his rear wing. He tries to go around the outside into the last corner. That could be a really nice move. Oh, they bang wheels. Well, that's racing. It doesn't make too much damage on this game, so you can't actually do that. But Tyler Thomas fights back.
And I think Tyler Thomas has a little more straight line speed than Shane.
Yes, he does. Shane.
The outside
oh,
again,
yeah, nice move. Oh, and he cuts the corner completely. That is
an interesting line there.
Yeah. But can he get back on him? We can see Luke Baker's making a move on Callum Anderson as well. Oh, and now the 2 Red Bulls are going side by side. That could be interesting. Can we see some team orders here? No, we can't. Now, John Johnson is not allowed through as Tyler Thomas goes off the track, and that might have been some team orders there, in an interesting way, let's say, as Tim goes past him as well, and Ivan Brito as well.
I don't know if you missed it, but Luke's actually passed Callum, although Luke's gone.
I'm still having a look at Tyler Thomas, who was blocking that McLaren pretty heavily right there, as Ivan Brito is losing some time now as well. Yeah, and Hayden Novak is trying to make a move on the Renault driver now. And sorry, I did miss that because I was having a look at Tyler Thomas, as he's still driving around with that front wing damage. Picks up another 3-second time penalty. Sadly, I think that's his race pretty much done for today. But let's see what Callum Anderson can do here. He is pretty close to Luke Baker on the main straight.
Easy move. Look at this though, the other Red Bull 2 of John Johnson is about to make a move on Shane, as he's already gotten past before the
Oh, that's a late braking move from the Red Bull, and he spins round. No, he saves the car. Nicely held, but that was a big misjudgment from John Johnson, I think that was. Shane moves up into P4 again. By the way, Callum was not able to regain P2 here. And yeah, Farthing is just running away with it at the moment. I think he's just saying, thank you very much, guys behind me. I'm just going to take my time and go away from you a little bit. He's already pulled out a 3-second gap within 5 laps.
One thing's for sure, Felix. He's going to have to send a basket of some fruit or something to Luke Baker after this one, because
yeah,
a major one there.
Definitely.
He's on those soft tires and he's fighting for his position, and he's doing a good job.
Oh, and Callum Anderson goes back at him down the inside. Nice move. Okay, and
but look at
Luke
this,
Baker fight back.
Baker back.
He pulls out of there, I think. Yes, he does. But now there's Shane going down the inside. Oh, beautiful move from the Toro Rosso driver. Callum Anderson goes off the track in the meantime. But beautiful move from Shane. He just sat back.
Oh, and look at Tim Bruce-Dalins into the final corner on Luke.
Oh, still side by side. That's great racing we have so far. I mean, this is just beautiful. Tim is going around the outside again of Luke, but I think Luke's straight line speed just isn't it today. I think he's going to struggle with that one quite a lot throughout the whole course of this race, as Tim takes the place back. And Shane, I love what Shane did. He just stayed back, was watching that fight, and was just like, thank you very much, I'm going to take P3 right here.
Shane.
And Shane around the outside again. No, he thinks better of it, backs out.
Switch back.
Not
doesn't
enough.
Really get the power down there though.
But yeah, that just makes the difference. He isn't over-aggressive. He wasn't over-aggressive in that moment. He just, stayed back. They waited for the perfect opportunity, and that was given to him when Luke had to let Callum Anderson by again, as he only had the outside line, and then Luke obviously had a compromised exit, as Tim just took the place from Shane. And the commentators goes just keeps on striking. I shouldn't compliment drivers all too much. I'm sorry if Sondre and me are missing many things in the midfield, but this fight for the final podium positions here is just amazing as Shane goes off the track.
Well, I'm trying to keep an eye on the midfield too, and I can tell you that Tom Spicer right now is right on the back of Hayden Novak, and I think this is where we'll see the next move come.
Yeah, that.
Unless Tim is getting close enough to Callum, they're going down the main straight right now.
Oh yeah, and Spicer thought about a move around the outside, backed out, and now he's put up the move pretty nicely onto the main straight now, as he gets the DRS and slipstream. Yes, that looks like an easy move to be done. Yes, it is. We see the first driver there in the background diving into the pits for his first scheduled pit stop. That should be Reese, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Should be, and look at this, Ivan didn't have the best opening laps, but is back on the train of Luke and John right now.
Yeah, Tyler
Luke,
Thomas.
I will have to say, Luke has clearly lost some pace on the last few laps now with those soft tires, but lap 7, soft tires, he's doing a fairly decent job here, Felix.
Yeah, and now Ivan outbrakes himself. Pushes Luke wide, not once but twice. Luke goes off the track, gets a penalty for that. I think that could be removed if he doesn't get any more warnings. Then up front we see Shane and John Johnson going side by side through here. That's great racing. Oh, side by side, great move by Johnson there. Fantastic stop we have here on the first couple of laps of this F3 race. What a thriller we've got upon our hands right here, as we have Tom Spicer again being... Did he just lose the position again? I think he did.
It looks like he actually did here.
Yeah, Hayden Novak back in front.
What about Shane on John? The gap is not too big.
Yeah, but Ivan Brito is actually a bit closer, and he's catching up massively. He's got the DRS down the inside. Hopefully he doesn't outbreak himself. It's very close between the two of them. Was there a bit of contact? I didn't quite see.
Might have been a little contact.
A solid move though.
As Tom Spicer has gotten himself past Hayden again.
Luke Becker in the pits. Oh, Sondre, I can't keep up with that amount of action. My voice is going to be gone after this race if it keeps going like that. But I would happily take this, because this is amazing to commentate over. I'm not going to lie here. This is so much fun to watch.
Well, I will have to agree with you. This is the kind of races where you would regret if you stopped commentating.
Exactly, that is just amazing what we see here. A lot of clean driving as well. We haven't seen major crashes so far, except from lap 1, but that's kind of unavoidable at most tracks. Like, there is always going to be some small carnage at the back or in the midfield. And yeah, what these guys are putting up here, that show is just amazing. I mean, I heard a lot of people say that F3 didn't deliver last weekend in round 1, but I can absolutely deny that for this one, as Ivan Brito thinks about a move down the inside. But
he certainly almost was close enough, but I think this move is going to be the safe option for Ivan to choose. As we can see them going down a long straight, Ivan is closing. He's going to go for the inside line. He wants that position, and he's taking it.
Yeah, nice move.
But what about Hayden on Tom Spicer behind there too, though?
Can he get the move done again? He thinks about it.
Line.
As we just have a look at Johnson, he doesn't come back for another round. As we have Billy going side by side here. Can he get the move done into turn 4? They're still side by side. No contact made, I think. That's very clean racing so far we have here.
But they're still side by side, though. It looks like Billy might have the
Oh, this is just amazing. Still side by side. And they're leaving each other enough room. And can he make the move stick now? Yes, he can. What great racing do we have right here, Sondre? This is just fantastic. I mean, just look at how respectful they race each other.
Though. Look at Tim, he's right on the back.
Oh yeah, I've just realised.
He's caught up.
Yeah, there's so much going on right now. Just, I mean, look at the minimap. So many small battles going on on the track, except for Paul Farthing. He's not pushing that hard, I think. He's just going off into the distance. Yeah, I don't think he's really pushing. The gap is staying the same. I mean, he's just controlling the race pretty much, isn't he? It's like yeah, he's driving in the Mercedes, so why shouldn't he just do the same?
True. But look at this though. Tim Bruce Dalian's on Callum Anderson into turn 1. He's going to go for that inside line. He's going to go for that move. Callum is going to do the experienced move to try to get a switch back on him to get the position back up on this second straight. And look at this.
Callum Tim has got DRS though.
But Tim takes the defensive line, and I think he's managed to keep this position unless Callum manages to keep...
Oh, that looks like a great switchback, and it is. What a move by Callum Anderson. I didn't expect that. That was great. That was very smart.
I did not expect that either.
That was kind of out of nowhere. I thought he just backed out of that move and thought, all right, I'm going for it next lap. But no, he can't wait. So it just thinks, thank you very much. I'm going to take that position. As we've got the two McLarens right behind each other as well. They made contact on the first lap. So hopefully history is not going to repeat itself.
Hopefully.
This could be a three-way battle with the Toro Rosso.
I know that these two McLarens are friends, so I would assume that they would fit as teammates as long as they can manage to work together. Although I will have to say, it looks like they're fighting a little here.
Yeah, they're going side by side. Oh, that's a wide line. Oh, he's got a good exit though. Oh, we've got yellow flags. That's a Ferrari. That should be Adam. Yes, Adam is off the track. I think he just made the same mistake he did in quali, as Tim dives into the pit lane as one of the first of the medium
Billy
runners.
on his teammate Hayden. I think
Oh yes,
he's not been able to make the move still.
Yeah, but now he can. Now he's right upon the back of his teammate. He goes down the inside. That should be a pretty easy move. Yes, it is. His McLaren teammate doesn't really fight into turn one. Can he get a good exit though? Yes, he can. He gets a lot better
Hayden
exit.
Is fighting back. There is no team orders between these two.
No, that's great racing. As we see them coming down into turn four. No switchback made. And Benny Mossam keeps the position after he overtook his teammate. Does he actually? No, he doesn't. Oh my goodness, what a great move around the outside there. That was fantastic.
Look at this. Oh, no, I thought
I thought as well for a second that Nicolas Munoz.
Might I add though, Felix, we completely missed it, but Tim has gone in for his pit stop.
I actually mentioned that real quick, but then I had to focus back on that. But yeah, like, I kind of feel sorry even for Paul Farthing, as he's just flying off into the distance right now, just managing that gap, and everyone else on the track pretty much is fighting, and his fun is completely gone through the fact that he's just very quick, as he, I think, dives into the pit lane. Does he? I think he did. Yes, he does. He reacts to Tim. It might seem like, yes, Callum also goes into the pits. So Ivan Brito now takes the lead of this race for at least one lap. Now the pit window opens for the medium runners, as we will see.
Who was that? Hayden? No, it was Billy diving into the pit there.
Oh, and let's just see, where does Tim come out? Definitely behind the Mercedes. Is he in front of Callum Anderson? Has the undercut worked? Yes, it has. Really nicely done. That's how you can overtake as well.
Is he going to be able to keep Callum Anderson behind him now? He certainly looks like he has the same pace, or better for that matter.
Biddy gets the first pit stop over his teammate, so Hayden now has to push.
Look at the amount of time Paul has lost now, though.
Yeah, Paul has lost. Oh yeah. Oh, and Paul has spun it. Paul has spun it out of turn out of turn 7, I'm sorry, and he's lost a comfortable lead on lap 12. This race is getting crazier and crazier with each lap, and now we've got a proper fight for the race win. And suddenly, Tim is in the fight for the whole 25 points of this race. I told you, let's keep an eye on the Renaults for this race, and suddenly Tim is in the effective lead when everyone pits. And oh my god, Sondre, that was very unfortunate. Was it just cold tires and not being used to the grip? He went out too wide, exactly what we talked about, as Johnson and Ivan Brito are coming into the pits now. I'm very sorry if I sound too hectic, but this is just mental what is going on right here. As right now it should be Nicolas taking the lead. Yes, he is.
Oh, but you're not getting a break yet, Felix. Look at Callum. He's closing on Tim.
Yes, he is. Remember, this is for the lead of the race now. Can he make the switchback? He's got the DRS now. Can he go around the outside? Tim defends the inside line. Callum Anderson round the outside into turn 4, and he gets the move done. Callum Anderson takes the lead. And Paul Farthing, I hope he can recover from that. Oh my goodness, as Ivan Brito nearly loses the back end. Oh, he did lose the back end, but nearly loses the car in general. He's managed to save it.
Left him under attack from John Johnson, though.
Oh, and there are yellow flags. Have the two McLarens collided? I'm not quite sure. But look at that four-way train right now, Sondre, for P5. Ivan Brito leading that one.
Sondre, what might have added, Felix, that Paul Farthing, with that spin, still in net third position.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Do you reckon he can get that pace back as he was controlling the race? Do you think he's still in the fight for the win? Because I think he is, as Callum Anderson and Tim is still scrapping it away for the lead of this race. Luke Baker gets past Woolley. That looked like a fairly easy move, but they're going side by side now as Nicholas dives into the pit, so this is actually for the lead now.
You know what, Felix? I think Tim has a DRS failure. It's not opening on the long straight.
Oh, yeah, that might be the case. Reese has joined back. That's a bit late.
Well, hopefully he can salvage something. You never know, he could end up being a safety car at the end too.
Oh, look at the gap between Ivan Brito and Paul Farthing. That is not too big anymore. I think Paul Farthing is really struggling at the moment. He's within
either that or he
1
might
second.
be holding a little back to maybe try to make something work out between him and the drivers behind. Obviously on this track, if you're behind 2 people ahead, you will be struggling with your ERS.
And in the fight for P9, we've got the first Williams up into the points. Even though he's on old mediums, he just got past Nicholas, who just came out of the pits. He's still yet to make his first pit stop. But yeah, we've got at least 1 Williams in the points right now. Let's just take that for the moment, as we should not forget about the battle for P1 here. Hopefully, yeah, alright, that car goes. That is really good. Thomas McIver.
Look at this though, Calm is almost breaking DRS with Tim now actually.
Yeah, but like you said, I think Tim might have a DRS failure. Let's see if it opens. It does not. He must have a DRS failure.
Still crucial for him to stay within that DRS range to make
exactly.
Sure
as soon as it's available again, he needs to use that to his advantage. And
John Johnson on Ivan, he's too far behind.
Let's just take a look at the both McLarens again.
On Tom Spicer, he's not going to be close enough either, I think. Or Nicholas.
No, let's just take a look at both McLarens again. They're scrapping it away all race long here as Hayden loses the spot. Around the outside goes Billy, and he takes P11. That should be the effective points-paying position, as Jägermal needs to still pit on his 13-lap old mediums.
You gotta remember, Luke still has to pit again too. He went over.
Oh yes.
Car, so he's on a 2-stop.
Yeah, I don't think Luke is going to be in this fight. He's too far away already. I mean, yeah. Now, oh, they're going side by side, Jägermal and Nicholas, I think. There's a half spin from the Toro Rosso driver, as they were lucky not to properly collide. Oh, and there's been a little bit of contact. Nicholas loses the car. That cost him some time. Nicholas Munoz currently in P10. Should be P8 when everyone pits. But
he's struggling a little with traction.
We've got a yellow flag. That's a Toro Rosso. Is that Shane? Yes, it is Shane. Oh no, he was in such a good position for the moment. He's luckily, he doesn't have front wing damage at the moment, as Spicer is probably going to get past him now. Shane's tyres are going to be overheating massively right now, as we got a yellow flag in sector 1.
But he's not giving up though.
Shane gets the move, Spicer gets the move done though. And now we've got Jägermal, who's still out on 13-lap old mediums, 14-lap old now actually. And he's getting the position from Shane, it looks like. Shane is not going to be too happy about that. Will he fight back into turn 1? Yes, he will. Down the inside, that's a late move, and there's been contact. I'm not sure. I didn't quite see it. If the Williams just didn't leave enough space, or if that was over-aggressive. Now, Biddy Mossam is right upon the rear of the Toro Rosso in front of him. Can he get the move done? No, but Shane gets his place back. Or does he? Yes, he does. No switchback made there from Jägermal. And look at John Johnson. He's caught up to Ivan Brito a bit more again. So that could be interesting.
Pressuring Ivan a little now.
And let's just keep an eye on Tim as well. He's not falling away from Callum Anderson at all. He's still within that 1 second window. He breaks out of it a bit and then he comes back into it. So it's pretty close between them.
Has actually been catching a little on the 2 drivers that are.
Oh yes, and that's a Ferrari. That's Luke Baker's spun. 1 lap later, and he has got front wing damage. Oh my goodness, that is unfortunate, and we can see some ghosting right there. Biddy Mossam ghosting into the Toro Rosso of Nicholas Munoz right there. And Sondre, what a crazy race we have. Like, if anybody wants to say that F3 is boring, just show them this race. This is fantastic. And there's been another spin, I think. Oh no, that is actually...
Oh, Felix.
That is very unfortunate. I have just been kicked out of the session.
You have a second invite, right?
Yeah, I do.
I believe I sent you.
That is very unfortunate, and I gotta apologize for that. And I sadly gotta say that you need to send me another invite because I currently can't join the session, which is very unfortunate.
I can't send you invites because I'm a spectator.
That is not good at all.
So you could send an invite. Would be lovely for Felix.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened right there, but that's just really unfortunate. If you could just do like a radio commentary for everyone to know what happens, because obviously right now they can't see anything. It's like,
Oh no, there is way more than that. I'm gonna have to see.
yeah, those were just the two guys sending messages into the chat. Oh, and that is my phone, which has just dropped. Tyler Thomas has also been disconnected, so I think that is really, really unfortunate right now. Because I don't exactly know what happened, to be honest, because the stream is still live, but I somehow got kicked from the session. And with me being the lobby host, everyone else got kicked with more and more time. So that is not good. Definitely had more than 50% done. So if the race is actually cancelled from now on, then 4 points could be awarded. Obviously, that is very unfortunate for the sake of the racing. But we now need to think about what we are going to do right here. I apologize very much for the inconvenience, but sometimes these things happen and you can't really plan them, can you? Like I said, I don't know what happened because obviously I was the lobby host, but I somehow got kicked out even though I didn't properly lag out. Yeah, Codemaster's at it again. Sadly. We could do a 50%, 25% race restart. That would be my suggestion for now. Obviously, we had around 13 laps of green flag racing left, so I think that would work.
Well, that is very unfortunate, and still, a lot of people who is not in the lobby, I believe.
The unfortunate thing is a 25% restart might sound logical now, but the thing is that obviously the gaps and everything will be pretty much deleted.
And the fact that we were all also over halfway too.
Yeah, it could just be like a red flag in real life, which just basically resets the whole race. But we still had 13 laps left though, and a lot could have happened, and I'm not sure how long is 25% around Bahrain? 14, 15 laps? I think it should be around 15 laps. But still, yeah, I'm very sorry for everyone watching. Obviously, we would have liked...
Very sorry, and of course also very sorry to the drivers who's still out on lap trying to do their race.
Yeah, I think it's just... I think you can't really blame anyone, because I think it's Codemasters being Codemasters again. But we just had a fantastic race up on our hands.
Well, we had a fantastic 16, 17 or so laps of racing.
Yeah, as I'm just gonna quickly read out the provision of finishing orders with the half points probably being awarded for this race. Callum Anderson then will finish in P1 in front of Tim Rhode Islands, who was closing up to Callum Anderson. Paul Farthing, after spinning round right after his pit stop, will only come home in third then, even though I'm not sure how it looks with penalties. We need to sort that out as well. But just take these results for a moment, and we'll keep you updated within the next few days what the official finishing orders will be. But I'm just going to continue for first, and
will probably be some discussion around it, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
then,
as you said, yeah.
And then P4 will be Ivan Brito for the moment. P5 John Johnson. P6 Luke Baker. P7 Spicer. P8 Shane. P9 Jägermal. That is obviously very fortunate for him because he still had a pit stop to make. And yeah, then we still have Nicholas in P10. Billy Mossam in P11. Then we've got... Wait, let me check, as something is just closed on my results. Let me just quickly get that. Oh, there we have it. Hayden P12, Woolley in P13, Jeremy Pope in P14, Tyler Thomas in P15, James Sands P16, Adam in P17, Reese in P18, and then Thomas MacIver will be last. For now, those are the provisional results for the half points which are being awarded. Like we already said, we apologize for this very unfortunate ending of this race, but I can guarantee you no one did that on purpose, and I think it's just a thing of Codemasters. But Sondre, I gotta say, it was a great race, and
it was a great race as long as we had it, and somehow we actually managed to get a safety car. And I'm not sure how many of these guys who are actually still racing, but I guess you have the provisional top three, right, Felix?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
that will be, like I already said, that would be then Callum Anderson in P1, then Tim Brustalins in P2, and Paul Farthing in P3. So just take these results for the moment as your provisional results. But Sondre, I would just like to thank you for being here with me, commentating over this.
Not, doing a short interview with these guys?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. So let's just all right, that is really good. Makes it a lot easier to invite people. All right. But Sondre, it was already great fun commentating those first 15, 16, 17 laps.
To end it on that that note, but
yeah, I think we would have had a threatening fight for the podium positions, especially with Tim catching up as Tim joins the party. We're just waiting on the other guys to get started with everything then. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we will get it sorted out at some point. But that is just very unfortunate for everyone, obviously. No one wants to end the race like this. And I'm not sure if anyone else will join. But let me just quickly see. Then we will get started. We'll just wait another minute or two. But Sondre, like I said, I told you, let's keep an eye on the Renault guys. A reason I don't want to name on stream right now. But then just let's go over to Tim first of all. Tim, obviously a great race from you. Up until that point, I'm pretty sure you gutted with the race ending like that, especially because of the fact that you were catching Callum Anderson after your DRS failure, it looks like. Just talk us through what happened and how your race was until that point.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate how the race ended. I got great pace today. It was a chaotic start. It was, I think, P7 where I started, and the qualifying was a bit more in, but yeah, one mediums wasn't enough. In the race it was a chaotic start. I just looked that I get no damage on the car, and yeah, I sorted me through the field. Then my DRS failure, that was a bit bad for me because if I catch Callum more and more, and then at that point where my ES was back, I come closer to Callum. I will say 1 or 2 or 3 laps I will go ahead of Callum, but yeah, we will not see that. But it was a great race, bad ending, and yeah, I'm happy with the points.
Yeah, we saw a lot of battling going on. There was pretty much no time when there was literally no action on the track. We always had something to talk about. Sondre and me were going crazy in the commentary box here, and especially after the first pit stop from Paul Farthing, as he was leading the race on the first stint, but then you saw him spinning pretty much right in front of you after your undercut, which worked beautifully. How did you gain so much time? Because Paul had a 3-second gap to everyone else, and then you basically came out of nowhere with your undercut, and you were suddenly in front of Callum.
Yeah, my engineers said I should come into the pits in lap 10. I thought about it to go in lap 11, but I was really close to Callum. I pitted then, and I just put it all high. I served the whistle of the ERS and yeah, pushed all, got the fastest second sector in the out lap from the pits. Yeah, and then Callum comes out of the pit. I was ahead of him, and then I saw I was only, I think, 1.3 seconds behind Favre. Yeah, then he spun, and I was a bit happier about it, because I knew that for the next lap only Callum will be my enemy, and yeah.
Yeah, great race from your side. It seems like Jeff for once doing bits for your strategy. And if Sondre doesn't have anything to add?
Well, I do have one question with obviously then provisionally at least ending second behind Callum, and I'm trying to remember if the first race of the season I do believe you got second or something behind Callum there too.
Yes.
So with that then, do you reckon we will see the start of a rivalry between the two of you?
Yeah, it could be good for me. As of a rivalry between me and Callum would be nice for races, and we will see what the next races will happening, and I give all to get every race so much perfect as I could do it, and yeah, then we will see.
Fair enough. So next race we're heading to is Spain. You reckon you can get the first win there, or?
Maybe. Spain is not one of my favorite tracks, but my pace there is stable, good, and we will see next week. I will practice a bit. The quarantine, it's working for me, and yeah.
Good that at least some people are getting positives out of the quarantine. But
yeah.
as it sounded like Sondre doesn't have any more questions for you, we would just like to say congratulations for P2. Obviously, unfortunate that we couldn't see a fight for the win to the end of the race, but congratulations on P2, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
All right, Sondre, do you want to get started with Callum then?
Oh, he's here now?
Yeah.
Well, Callum, first of all, congratulations on your provisional win so far, and secondly, then, how do you feel right now? Like two wins in a row to start off the season, looking like one of the two main contenders right now. Like, where are your head right now?
I feel lucky really, because I don't think I would have won today if we finished the race.
Interesting.
Well, team were good and Farf were catching as well.
I was catching a little bit, so you might have been a little lucky, but still though, you would have definitely ended up on the podium, and with that in mind, you're still looking like one of the main contenders. So, like I asked Tim there, like, are we seeing a rivalry in the start?
I hope so. Yeah, it'd be fun, and it'll be a few guys to watch on the sidelines. So.
Oh, well, you guys certainly brought the stuff today. And starting this race, like first corner, it looked like a little bit of a carnage, although it wasn't that much. But I believe you kind of got a little away from it as you were ahead of it. How did you experience the first lap today?
Jesus, next door banging. Sorry. I think Farf braked a bit early, so I just missed my braking zone completely, and thought I had to send it. That's what it happened. But I got the position back and just got on with it from there.
Alright. Well, after part started pulling a little away, though, you were left battling off the soft runners of Luke and Tyler, and especially Luke. Like,
Yeah.
tell us, like, how was that battle with Luke? Like, obviously him being on the better tires at the first few laps, but then them falling off, but still battling with you. Like,
I was annoyed really. And I get it. He had to overtake me to catch the guys in front, but he just worked his battle really. He only opposite strategy as well. And he just told made a train basically, and that's how Tim caught up. So.
Sounds like he was annoying for you, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting so annoyed.
But he did pit at, well, you did pass him before he pitted actually, and when you passed him, you weren't exactly left alone. You were left with other people battling you from behind. Like, was there any point in this race where you were left by your own and could just focus on trying to catch up, or?
When Tim pitted, I just went try hard and just went for it, but yeah, my tyres were gone, so I had to fit.
Yeah, he did a good undercut on you there. I don't have any more questions. Anyone from you, Felix?
Yeah, just a quick note. You said that you would love seeing the rivalry between you and Tim go throughout the whole course of the season. But with the next race coming up in Spain, and Tim saying he will take a bit of practice there and trying to get a good result, what are your thoughts on Spain?
I don't really like it, to be honest, but I'm just going to practice and quarantine and see how it goes.
So it seems like a lot of drivers are enjoying the quarantine actually. So it's good to see the positives on that. And yeah, what a story that will be, seeing you two guys fighting it out. Obviously your teammate didn't score today again after he made contact on the opening laps. So it seems like you are currently dragging the team along a little bit. You were the only one out of your team who scored so far in this season after 2 races. But we saw Thomas does have some good pace. Do you reckon you two guys could concentrate on the Constructors' Championship as well, and then maybe putting up a bit of a fight to the Renault guys, as they both have scored some solid points today?
Yeah, I think he'll come back strong next week. He's practicing no traction at the moment, and he's trying to hit him hard. He's not right quick, and he's just sort of getting used to it. And plus, he had to leave today, so obviously he's gone more. He's not well or something. So I think he'll come back stronger next week.
All right, so a double fight for you then in the Constructors and in the Drivers' Championship. So congratulations on your provisional win for now. Obviously, it's probably going to be only half points, but still, you've gained some points on your opponents. And yeah, with that, I think that's sadly it for today already. We would have loved to see the final laps of this race, but sadly, Codemasters didn't bring that to us. So, Sondre, I would like to thank you very much for joining me for today.
Thank you as well.
I think we've had a lot of fun throughout this whole race, thanks to the drivers as well, who've put on a great show for us. Our voices are going to be done for today, I think. And yeah, hopefully something similar will occur next week when we head to Spain. And hopefully it's going to be Sondre and me again in the commentator's box. And do you have anything to add to today's race, Sondre?
It's been just a brilliant race, and even cut short, it was just still brilliant. Although I would have loved to see the finish, especially with Callum saying that he thought Tim was quicker at the end. So it's a shame we didn't get to see that, but still an absolutely amazing race we got.
I absolutely agree with you. Then yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hopefully next week we can see a full race, which is not cut short by Cold Masters issues. But check out the IRL YouTube channel. Next Saturday there's going to be F1 again. And then also check out the F2 stream, which is currently still running, I think, or it just has ended now. Not too sure about that, but make sure to check that out. And there are race highlights coming up through the course of next week, which I might by Kevin Harrison. And be sure to check out IRL on Twitter, F1_IRL. And with that being said, I wish you a very nice Sunday and a lot of health for the moment in the current situation. And hopefully we will see you next week. So make sure to tune in on both Saturdays and Sundays. And till then, take care, everybody, and goodbye.